Greetings, everyone. Welcome to our webinar titled Automate Your Email Routine with Zoho TeamInbox. I'm Makrina, Product Marketing Manager of Zoho TeamInbox. I have my colleague Ram joining us today to help us with the QA session. Feel free to post any questions or doubts that you might have in the comment section that you can see right here at the bottom of your screen, and we'll address them. Let me quickly brief you on the agenda of the day. First, we'll discuss on what is Zoho TeamInbox and how it helps teams, of course, for the 40-50% of the people new to the term. Next, we'll have a short briefing on why it is important for you and your team to automate your everyday routine. We'll quickly then jump to the automation tools and options Zoho TeamInbox provides. I'll show them live in the interface. We'll finally show you what other features we are cooking in Zoho TeamInbox. Stay with us till the end, we have exciting news there. And then we'll end the session with an interactive Q&A. As I had already said, you can post your questions in the comment section at the bottom of your screen. We'll then be able to answer them for you. So firstly, what is Zoho TeamInbox? But before that, I have a few questions for you to answer, the answers of which will define how effective your team email management is. Most of you in this group today should be using group emails, meaning emails sent to a common group email address. I have 3 simple questions about how you manage group emails in your team. If possible, please share with us your answers in the comments so we can have better understanding of your processes. Firstly, when you receive such group emails, how do you decide who takes up a specific email and responds to it? What sort of an internal system do you have for delegating emails to the person responsible? And how effective and easy is that internal system? Secondly, how do you collaborate about the contents of an email? Do you forward the email to the colleague you want help from? What if you want to discuss about it with 2 or more people? Do you forward the email to all of them? And to discuss on it, are you having to go to an external application? Thirdly, when you make a reply, how do you make sure that everyone in the group is aware that you've made the reply? Do you CC the group address or do you CC specific members who should be in the know? With the biggest question being, do you always remember the list you should be CCing? If these are the challenges that you're facing, if these are hindering your team productivity, we then have Zoho TeamInbox for your rescue. So when you receive a group email inside Zoho TeamInbox, you can assign it to any member in the team so that that specific member and the entire team knows that this email is taken care of by, say, maybe David. And if David wants help with that email, he can just go to the comment section right next to the thread, pulling people from the team and discuss about it right from the inbox. Thus, your discussions about an email and the context of the email is kept on the same place if you're looking for it in future. Now, there is no need for forwarding emails, ceasing, going to another application to chat with teammates, and struggle with lack of transparency in the team. So, how is this possible? There comes in the concept of shared inboxes. A shared inbox, by definition, is a common inbox that multiple people on a team can access to send and receive emails at the same time from a common email address, but from each of their own accounts. Let me put this in simpler words. Please check out the illustration here. So when an email is sent to a group address, it is received to that group address and then sent to the individual inboxes of each member. But in a shared inbox, when an email is sent to a group email address, it is received in a single inbox to which each member of the group has access to. So Zoho TeamInbox is our native shared inbox platform. These shared inboxes are structured in such a way as to enhance transparency in teams. Sharing emails becomes easier. As already mentioned, you no longer have to forward or CC specific addresses. Everything is visible to everyone in the team. This transparency and visibility ensures that no work is duplicated and also that no email is slipped through cracks. Every team member can view every activity happening in the organization. From replying to archiving, every action is recorded in the activity log with the proper timeline. TeamInbox offers you a real time collaboration experience, allowing you to bring in your team members to your threads when in need of assistance. Also, since you're finishing your tasks regularly and keeping your inbox clean, it improves your overall productivity by a significant level. But all this does not just stop with emails. You can connect your other communication channels as well into Zoho Team Inbox besides emails and have the same benefits of collaboration applied to each of them. Currently, we have WhatsApp and Telegram channels for business. We will soon be adding Instagram and Facebook DM channels. Thus, Zoho Team Inbox provides you with smooth collaboration capabilities on your communication channels that each of these individual channels does not give you. So, what can you actually do with Zoho Team Inbox? We'll quickly brush through the basic features to give you an overview of what you can do with Team Inbox. Firstly, the capability to assign a thread. Whenever you receive a new email or message, you can assign it to the member responsible for it from the top right corner of your email preview. Now, the thread will become the responsibility of the person it is assigned to. Assignment ensures that every individual email or message is taken care of. Next, we have internal discussions. This space here lets you discuss with your team right next to your thread. You don't have to leave your inbox or use a completely different application to chat about a specific email. Here you can mention and pull in people, share files and emojis, react to messages, and do more. Placing discussions right next to the thread helps you maintain context in case you're looking for it in future. We then have snoozing a thread. So, whenever you receive an email of lesser importance that you can get to a few days later, or if you want to be reminded about an email again a few days later, you can snooze the thread for that many number of days. Snoozing a thread lets you be focused on the emails or conversations that are of importance right now. Thus, you can have a clean, prioritized view of your messages or your emails. But remember that when you snooze a thread, it is snoozed only for you and not for the team. Next, we have the option to archive. So when you're done with a specific conversation, you can simply archive it. Archiving a thread will remove it from your view of focus and will keep it under the archived collections. Whenever a new email or reply is received on an archived thread, it will move back to your open view. Archiving a thread is a great way to achieving inbox zero. Next, we have personal inboxes. You can connect your personal emails under the personal inboxes and have them private to you. This space is not shared with your team unless you decide to share a specific thread with a colleague or a peer. This space will save you from juggling between two different applications to access your team emails and personal emails. Personal inboxes have all the capabilities that a shared inbox has. Lastly, we have tags. Tags in Team Inbox can be both shared or personal. You can create a tag to be shared with your team that the entire team will be able to apply the specific tags to threads or view them. And you can have certain tags personal to you so you can organize your threads in a way you want to personally. As is the common application of tags, in Team Inbox also, you can use tags to organize your threads in a specific manner and put them under categories. Putting them under categories will help you reach a specific thread easily in the future. All right, so now to the topic of the day. Just as Zoho Team Inbox helps you have a clean email space for you and your team, it lets you automate most of your email management routine. There are subtle yet very powerful tools and options to automate the actions you perform to organize your emails. So these are all the automation options that Zoho Team Inbox provides, with rules being a full-fledged feature that lets you automate almost all of your workflows. We'll leave rules as the final item on the list. We'll start with simpler options. So yeah, these are comparatively simpler to rules and are in most cases just one click that help with minor automations. But we wanted to throw more focus on these options today in this webinar for two important reasons. Firstly, since they are minor, they will be easily missed or overlooked by our users. And secondly, though they are minor, they are very powerful and will definitely help you save a lot of time. I will show you a live demo for each of these options, but since this will not be a flow of events and the options are available at random places, it might be a little difficult to follow, but do not worry. We'll share the webinar recording with you for your reference in future. And you can post any of your questions throughout the session and our team will answer them for you. All right. So therefore, first in the list, we have the option to add outgoing addresses to contacts automatically. When sending out an email, you might sometimes want to add the recipient address to your contacts, so now your entire team can access and use. We have this option to automatically add the recipient address to your contacts, so you don't have to add them manually every time. You can find this option while creating a team. Let me quickly show you how to do that. So this is your Zoho TeamInbox interface. When you click the plus icon here, you can create a team. Okay, so you can find the option to automatically add new new recipient addresses as contacts here. Turning this on will enable this option for all the inboxes under this team. You can also find this option under the team settings in case you want to edit it after creating the team. So I will show that also to you. To go to settings, click on the settings icon here and on more settings. This will open up the settings page of Zoho TeamInbox. In the left pane, you can see all the personal and organization entities. Under organization, you can see the teams and inboxes, channels created. So I want to use Zilka marketing team today, that a team that we've already created. Clicking on the team will open its detail view, and you can find this option here. Toggle the button here to edit. This will autosave. Okay. Next, we have two important options that you can find under your inbox settings. So let us first go to the inbox settings. Okay. So under the Zilka marketing team, find the inboxes tab. All the inboxes under this team will be listed here. I'll select internal requests. We have this inbox to receive any marketing related request within our organization. This is the details of your inbox. Find the settings here. Okay. Here I want to talk to you about the first two options here. Now about the first option. If you want to add members directly to the inbox every time they're added to your team, you can use this option to automate that process. This again will save you from manually adding members to this inbox when they join your team. And the second option, for you to automatically assign thread upon reply. If you want a thread to be assigned to a member who is making the reply, this option comes handy. It will auto-assign an unassigned thread to the member that makes a reply. This means whoever is replying is made responsible for the thread automatically. In a couple of weeks, we will roll out another option that will let you automatically unassign a thread upon archival. We'll keep you posted on that. Note that only a team admin or the org admin or moderator can enable these options under your inboxes. You can set these up when creating an inbox also. So next up, okay, we have setting the source address as CC. Now, Zoho TeamInbox lets you set up any number of sender addresses, now called outgoing email channels for your inboxes. That is addresses you use to send out an email. Thus, if you're using other addresses to send out emails other than your source email address, we recommend that you CC your source email address. Your source email address is the address that will bring in all your emails into Zoho TeamInbox. Now, this CCing will ensure that the replies made by your recipients are received in this inbox, provided they have hit a reply all, of course. Else, the reply email will not be received into Zoho TeamInbox unless the used sender address is also configured as an incoming channel here. To ensure that you don't forget to CC the source address, You can enable this option, which will automatically CC the source address every time you send out an email. So to do this, you should go to the channel settings. So under your inbox, click on the channels tab and find settings here. Now this settings here is read only. So to edit it, you should be going to the edit section. Yeah. All right. So under your organization settings, you can find all of your channels listed. This is a very recent change that we've rolled out. You can find the option to automatically set source address as CC right here. Okay. So moving on to the next option. So this is an additional option available only in Telegram inbox. When you receive a new message in Telegram, you can automatically send a greetings message. This helps you better engage with your customers because a welcome message can go a long way in helping you create a good first impression on their mind about your business. You can both actively greet them and convey important information without manual labor. I'll quickly show you how to do this. First, let me create a new Telegram channel. I'll call this Telegram, and I should select the Telegram channel. Here, you can find the field to input your greetings message. You can edit this message later from your settings as well. Since I don't have an authentication token right now, I'll leave this step as is. All right. Now to the key automation feature, the rules. If you have actions that you might perform repeatedly in organizing your emails, use rules to automate them. All that you should do with rules is define the workflow, automate it, and you're set. So there are three parts in a rule: the trigger, the trigger, the condition, and the action. The trigger of the rule defines what should initiate the rule. Condition is the criteria that you input that should be met for the rule to take action. And finally, you set up the action or actions, one or many, that are to be performed when the condition is met. I'll quickly show you a short demo on how to create a rule. Note that only a team admin or an org admin can create a rule for the entire team. Now, each team can have its own set of rules. In the left pane, under your team, you will find the Rules tab. Let me create a rule under Zilka Marketing. So now this will list all the rules that you've already created. To add a new rule, click on Add Rules. Okay, you should enter a name for the rule for reference in future. Then we have the triggers here. As the name suggests, it activates or triggers the rule. So these are all the triggers that Zoho TeamInbox provides. Now, let's say I want to assign all the emails related to digital marketing or social media marketing to a specific team member. For this use case, I'll select inbound message as the trigger, meaning this rule will be triggered for any incoming email, any incoming new email. Okay, first let me give this rule a name. I'll say digital request assignment. Okay. Next, you should select a condition. So conditions are listed here based on the trigger you select. So for an incoming message trigger, these are the conditions that are available. Now, as I want to assign digital marketing or social media marketing related emails, I'll identify such emails using these keywords in the subject line. So I set up the condition like so. I'll say subject contains digital, or it could be social. So I add another or condition and say subject contains social. Okay, you can select if you want the conditions to be or and using the radio buttons here. Match any is for or, meaning that you want the rule to perform the action even if any one of the selected conditions is met. And then match all is for and, meaning that you want the rule to perform the action only if all of the selected conditions are met. Then we have actions. We have a long list of actions that you can ask the rule to perform. You can select any number of actions as well. They're pretty simple and self-explanatory. So for our use case, I select the assign to action and select the specific user I want to assign this to. So let me select Helen here. Okay. And then I can click on create, the rule will be active. So every time we in the team receive an incoming email with a subject line that contains either digital or social, it is automatically assigned to Helen. So I click on create the rule. Now you can see the rule is created and is active. Okay, so basically you should first identify what should trigger your rule, and then you set up condition, and then you select an action. As simple as that. But here's one another very important action that I want to talk to you about: the auto response. If you want to send out a reply automatically upon receiving a specific kind of email, you can use this option. Again, you set the trigger as inbound message or inbound reply based on your requirement, and set a condition that should be met. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So received on a day or received on a date range can be can be specially used to send out vacation or out of office replies. You should then select reply with as your action. Note that for the reply with action, you should have response templates already configured. We'll share a link in the comment section on how to create a response template. You should also have configured outgoing email channels or sender addresses for this team. We'll drop a link to those instructions as well. So you should select the response template. These are all the response templates that we've already created. I'll, for example, select vacation reply and I select an outgoing email channel. Okay. So now whenever the condition you've set is met, the selected response template will be automatically sent out from the selected from address. Okay. Note that the rules will be executed in the order of the listing. You can set up similar rules for your personal inbox as well. You can set up personal vacation replies from there, for example. I'll quickly show how to do that also. Now, under the personal tab, here, all your personal entities are listed. You can find rules here, and the creation of personal rules is similar to what we just discussed. You should just enter a name. I'll say vacation reply. Okay. And I select the trigger as incoming message, incoming new message. Okay. And for condition, I select a date range and select the date range here, maybe from 22 to 29 of March. Okay. And for action, I select reply with, select the response template. The vacation reply template is something that we've already created. And then an outgoing email channel, meaning a sender address. All right. So now in the set date, which is 22nd of March to 29th of March that I've set, whenever you receive a new email within this date range, this response template that you've created will be sent from using this sender address. So that is how easy it is to create a vacation reply from Zoho TeamInbox. All right, so besides the basic options for automation, here are a few other options that help with your productivity. Though these don't exactly automate your workflows, they definitely make your processes a lot easier. And that is why we have them in the list today. First, we have signatures. In Zoho TeamInbox, you can create a common signature for all the members in the team. Having a common signature ensures consistency across all the emails sent out from the team. Multiple signatures can be created for the same inbox, and while you draft an email, you can choose the signature that should be sent out. I'll show you how to create a signature. So again, in the left pane under organizations, you can find signatures under your team, clicking on which will list all the signatures that you've already created. To create a new signature, click on create signature. Just enter a name for reference. I'll say digital marketing. Okay. And you should now input the content. So for the content, you can include variables, also called merge tags. You should be using the open curly braces like so for the available variables to be listed. So I want to have the full name of the user to be applied in the signature. Okay. So I select user's full name and then I say, sorry, digital marketing. Silver. Okay, you can also have insert your own images from here, with them linked to your website or any landing page that you want to. You can explore all the other very useful options here in the editor. So now once this is done, here is an option for you to decide which inboxes should have access to this specific signature. And because yeah, this is digital marketing, I want only the internal request inbox to have access to the signature, and then I save. So any email that goes out of the internal request inbox can use a signature that we've just created. Yeah. I'll also show you how to choose a signature while composing. So this is the email composer in Zoho TeamInbox. You can find that from the plus icon here. And at the bottom of your composer, you can see the insert signature icon. So when you click on the icon, all the signatures that are associated with the specific inbox will be listed. You can choose the most appropriate, and you can see that the signature is inserted into the editor. Now, signatures can be created for both team inboxes and personal inboxes. I hope that was clear. Okay. So next up is response templates. When you receive repeated queries on a topic, you can pre-compose the response and save them as templates that your entire team can use while making replies. This will save you from writing the same content repeatedly and assure quicker replies. This will also help you maintain consistency in the emails that go from your team. Now, to how to create a response template. It is almost similar to creating a signature. You can find a response templates under your team in the left pane here. This is under organization settings. Click on that. All the templates that are already created will be listed in this space. To create a new one, you can click on add response template. Just enter a name for reference, a subject line, and the content, where you can include variables as well, just as you did for signatures. Once all this is done, here is again the option for you to decide which inboxes should have access to this specific template. So when you're composing an email, you can choose from the available templates, quickly make edits if needed, and send them out. I'll show you how to do that. I'm not going to fill these up now in the interest of time. Okay. Now, again, in your email composer, at the bottom of your email composer, you can find the insert template icon, clicking on which will list all the related templates from which you can choose the most appropriate. For example, if I select vacation reply, you can see that it is applied, it is put into the text is applied to the editor, where you can edit as per your needs. Okay. Now, response templates can also be created for team inboxes and personal inboxes. Okay. Next up, we have custom views. In Zoho TeamInbox, we have very powerful filter and search tools that lets you filter threads based on categories such as keywords, subject, from, to, and more. If you have a specific filter combination that you'd frequently use, you can save them as custom views. Create a custom view, stick them to your left pane, and have all your threads that match your filter criteria under that view. So to create a custom view, you can click on the search icon here and then the filter. Yeah, and in the space you can enter your criteria as per your needs. I'll probably filter all the emails that has social in the subject. So yeah, and then I click on search. Now I get a list of all the threads with the keyword social in the subject. Now to save this filter, click on save as custom view. You should enter a name. I'll say social. And you should decide if this should be shared with the team or kept personal to you. I will put it under team Zilka marketing and save. Okay, now you can find the custom view in your here in your left pane. Any future emails with subject social will automatically be put under this view. All right. Now, personal custom views will also be listed here with a lock icon next to it like this, meaning only the creator of the view can access it. Okay. Next up is integrations. Zoho TeamInbox offers seamless integrations across various applications that we call e-widgets or extensions. You can view and access information and perform actions in those applications without having to leave your inbox. So now from the top right corner, click on this of your email preview, click on this icon and click and you can find extensions here. So here are all the, you can see a list of all the extensions that Zoho TeamInbox provides. Now, for instance, if I want to schedule a meeting with my team on this thread via Zoho Meeting, I will click on Zoho Meeting, and the subject of this specific thread becomes the topic of the meeting, which you can of course edit. You should then enter all the necessary details here, date, time, agenda if needed, enter the participants, and then click on schedule. Now your meeting is scheduled on Zoho Meeting, and an invitation will be sent from Zoho Meeting to all the members you've added. Thus, you did not have to leave your inbox to schedule a meeting, and it is so with every other option. Every other application listed here. Okay. Next up is snooze preferences. So when you receive emails of lesser priority, as I had already mentioned, you can snooze them for a while so they are removed from your inbox for the time period you've set. This helps you have more focus on important conversations, and once the snooze time is up, the thread reappears in your inbox. If you use this feature often, we have an option that lets you preset snooze time. You can set up time periods that you'd frequently use and pick one of these preset times when you're snoozing a thread. To do this, you should go to your personal settings. Okay, right here. And find the snooze tab here. Yeah. So these are all the preset snooze time period. To create or to add a new preference, click on add snooze. Give it a name. I'll say 2 days. Okay. And select when it should reopen. You want it on a day or after a time. I'll set it after a time and I say 2 days. And select this option to define from when the above set time should be calculated, either at a custom time or from the time when the email is snoozed. So I'll set a custom time at say 10 a.m. So now when I snooze an email and I use this specific time period, I will get my email back in my inbox at 10 a.m. 2 days later. Once this is done, click create. Okay. So next we have notification preferences. Notifications in Zoho TeamInbox lets you always stay informed about the happenings in your organization. However, you can choose how you want to be notified about and about what you want to be notified. So I'll show that to you. Again, under your personal settings, you can find notifications here. So we have email, mobile push notification, and Zoho Click notification as mediums. So you can toggle these switches to select whichever medium you want to. And in this space, you can select whichever actions that you want to be notified about. You can set all these depending on your needs. We then have general preferences where you can edit the look and feel of your screen and optimize the options you see in the screen to suit your needs. Again, under your personal settings, find the tab called General. Here's a list of the preferences you can set: the appearance, the theme, the background image, etc. But I want to highlight on three important options that actually reduce a considerable amount of your time. The first option is assignee listing. So when you click on the assign option from your email preview, the drop down there lists all the members of your organization. This option here lets you define which specific members you want listed under the assign option. For example, if you always assign threads to members belonging to your inbox, you should then select inbox members here. This keeps your list shorter and helps you quickly find the member you want to assign the thread to. Yeah. So next is default organization. If you belong to more than one organization and you want to land on a specific organization most frequently, note that TeamInbox lets you be members of more than one organization. So if you want to land on a specific organization every time, you can set that default organization here. Lastly, we have the setting send and archive button as default. So in the email composer, 1 minute. Yeah. So in the email composer, you can see when you're replying, you can see the send option here as default. Okay. Now there might be sometimes we'd want to just send an email and archive it immediately. Then you can use the send and archive option, thus reducing one extra step of archiving the thread. If you want this send and archive button to be default, you can set that up from the settings, like so. I can show that to you in the editor. Let me just quickly refresh this page. And reply. Yeah, as you can see, the send and archive button is made default. Okay. Next up, we have customizing the left pane. You can now tailor your left pane, that is the sidebar or the navigation menu, according to your needs and preferences, making it more efficient and effective to manage your inboxes and views. You can temporarily disable the views and inboxes here. So you can hide certain views that you don't need to access frequently, and they will no longer clutter your space. This provides an option to hide unwanted views and bring more focus to the conversations that need your attention. To do this, right click on the pane and select edit sidebar. You see toggle switches next to each view. Use them to hide views you no longer want in the navigation menu. For example, let's say that since I don't belong to the HR team, I want to hide this team and save. You can see that the Zilka HR team is removed from my view. All right. So with this, we come to the end of our topic today. But as a bonus, we'd like to give you a glimpse into what we are cooking right now in Zoho TeamInbox. We have discussions first in the list, which we rolled out just today. You can go explore the feature, but I will anyway give you a quick sneak peek into the feature. So click the plus icon here to find discussions. Okay. Now, discussions let you create an internal conversation thread, so you can discuss on topics, brainstorm on ideas, and do more within the team. All right. Now, you just give this a name. I'll say social strategies. And you enter a content here. And you should put this under an inbox. I'll select internal request and create. Now, this discussion is created under the inbox that you've selected and is open or is visible to every member of your team. Now they can comment on the specific discussion, at mention people, pull them in and ask for help. And this discussion thread will act like any other thread, any other email thread. You can assign, you can follow, you can snooze, you can archive, and like so. Next up is other channels. We will be introducing Facebook and Instagram DM soon. You can connect your Facebook and Instagram direct messages with Zoho TeamInbox and manage them from here, meaning one less app you have to worry about, with all your collaboration benefits applied. Now you can have all your business conversations under one view, irrespective of the channel they come from. Next is a very simple SLA under rules, where you can define the time before which you want the reply to be made. If the reply is not made within the time, then you can ask the rule to perform an action like assigning it to another person or notifying the manager and sorts. I can show you the UI of it. This is how it'll look. So basically, it is a rule with an extra action that says if the conversation is not replied until a specific time, and then you select an action, assigning, notifying to a teammate, etc. Next, we have moving threads across inboxes. With this, you will be able to move threads from one inbox to another based on your workflow. You will also be able to automate it. So this is how it will look. From your email preview, in your email preview, you will have move to inbox option, where you can select any of the inboxes that you want to move the specific thread to. So with this, we come to the end of the session. Please post your questions. We'll answer them for you. If you're looking for a personalized demo and setup, please write to us at support@zohoteaminbox.com. Looking forward to help you. Thank you so much for joining us today, and hope this was a useful session. Thanks again and good day.